What's going on YouTube? Brand new Modern Warfare 2 video. Today we are getting the achievement called Full SSE, and this one requires you to find 20 intel fragments in co-op. So I'm going to run through these real quick. You can take your time on these. There's no real time limit. I do not recommend going for these while you go for the 3-star achievements, but we'll be covering that in a separate guide. Regardless, couple of things to note here. First off, highly recommend doing this with a teammate at least, so you're not just running this solo. That way they can pick you up if you go down, whatever it may be. Also to note too, this intel achievement can be done over multiple co-op games. So what I mean by that is each map has about 20 or 10 pieces of intel, 20 on the original 3. So the low profile, the denied area, then Mount Zaya has 10, then the brand new one called the high ground also has 10. So in total, there's 60 possible intels for you to find. You only need to collect 20, and that can be 20 across all 4. It doesn't matter. Each mission will show the counter of how many pieces of intel you found on that individual mission. But as long as those total numbers add up to 20, it does not matter if you got 5 in one level, 5 in another level, and 5 somewhere else, etc., adding it all the way up to 20. So again, go ahead, find these. These are just really simple to find. I know in this mission with low profile, this is just very, very simple in terms of these areas, and just map is a little smaller than the other missions, so it's a lot easier to just kind of navigate around and find the intels. So a couple of things to note as well. The intel itself can appear in a bunch of different forms in terms of it could be a USB thumb drive in the side of a computer. It can be a computer itself. It can be a walkie-talkie. It can also be a weapons crate, as you guys saw on the roof back there. So again, really, I know in previous Call of Duties like Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, all the intel were laptops and they were very specific looking and you can kind of point them out. But here, basically, you just have to kind of know where they are and just locate them. So again, very simple. Just follow this guide. I believe I collected my first 14 or 15 here on low profile. And then we moved on to the mission of denied area. But I'll show you guys where that location is here in just a bit. I will say too, a lot of these intels have a approximate location. Just because they're on a certain location in this video does not guarantee that they will be exactly on that table. They will be the vicinity and they will be somewhere in that general area. There's a good example here later on in the video in the denied area mission that I will showcase here in just a little bit, that I saw that the intel was on this table, and I went to the table. It was not there. I did not already pick it up, and I turned around and I found out that it was right behind me, somewhere else in the area. So just keep an eye out for that. You guys could restart from checkpoints. You guys could restart missions and come back if you guys are having trouble in terms of certain pieces of intel. But even if you pick it up, you will see that little X there that I just showcased right there. I already picked up the piece of intel, so if you guys go back and accidentally try to pick up another piece of intel that you've already collected, it will showcase that right there and say you already picked up that piece of intel. So again, that's going to be it for the first mission of low profile. Then denied area over here. So these are very interesting. Obviously, tons of opponents, tons of enemies to clear out. Highly recommend clearing out the enemies first, maybe completing some objectives first as well. Just so that way you have a clear path to these pieces of intel. And so again, in the first bomb site, there's gonna be these 2 locations right here. Another thing to note as well, there are separate rewards for collecting certain pieces of intel in terms of number of intel. So obviously the achievement unlocks when you find 20 pieces, but on top of that, I believe when you hit 50, I think 75, which obviously the 75 is not out yet. We'll have to wait for future missions in order to do that. But at least with the 50 intel pieces, you can unlock a pretty cool cosmetic if I'm not mistaken. So go ahead, collect the intel. Should be very easy. There's some other videos up online already for the Mount Defender Zaya mission, as well as the other ones that I've missed on low profile and denied area, but this is for the achievement. So yeah, right here is exactly what I was talking about. I thought it was on the table previously, but now it's just a little bit to the right on the other side of that guard stand. And then here is the final one. Here are all the enemies. Come over here and come in the house. There's probably still some more enemies up here. Yeah, but if you're on me, piece of intel right here.
Hey.
That should be enough for the achievements. Bleep, bloop. Let's go, baby. Yes, sir. Achievement unlocked. Full SSE. 40 gamer score. Find 20 intel fragments in co-op.